through, coming through.
Oh, what's up?
What's up?
How you doing?
Not bad. How are you? All right. What's up? Fun little parts today. Man, this place is looking empty. This is the last few videos here.
It's gonna be worth 85,000.
What? Oh, it's past that. We're in the 90s already.
95,000.
Yeah, we're around that. I need to do forks and it'll be in the 100. And I'm debating front brake calipers. There you go. Brain fog. Yeah, getting brake rotors for it soon as well. For the front, because I already have the rear. But for today's video, this is what we're doing. How did I put this there? This is a nice little touch. Little red piece right here. It's kind of like a dark red, which is kind of weird, but
I think it matches that a bit.
yeah, it's a bit darker, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna fade eventually and look a little brighter. Yeah. And then we also have the Bonamici. Why is my brain not working today? What are these called?
Dude, I don't know. Clip-on.
Clip-ons. There you go. I'm like the most basic stuff. My brain is just like disconnecting. Okay, I'm not the only one at least. But yeah, the silver. Huh?
I don't even know your name.
I know. Okay, nice meeting you.
Jose.
Pleasure. I guess a decent amount of stuff that's coming off. So we can do the clip-ons, black, Bonamici. Upgraded, they look better, and mainly they're black because the silver is ugly and we're getting rid of this silver, putting the red right here.
I need to press the Olin guides again for that titanium spring. That would be hard.
That would be really cool, for sure. Yeah, I'd be down to get a titanium spring for this week.
Re-anodize this or replace it with Olin black.
Or red could look cool. If it's done like in a nice red, kind of like this, that would look pretty cool down there.
Custom everything. Nothing one touch.
So yeah, we already have the Bonamici triple tree, the upper one, so this is going to go to match it, which is going to look good. Shout out to Daisuke Racing. They're the ones that supplied us with these beautiful parts. And also, I'm making this video to announce to you guys that we are doing an AGV Pista Double R giveaway. So follow them on Instagram, follow me on Instagram to check out more details about this. But we're doing a giveaway of the AGV Pista, as I said. They supplied me with these parts, which we're going to install right now, so that's a little different. But I really wanted to make this video to announce that we're doing this giveaway. If you guys don't know what that helmet is, it's the helmet that I always wear. It's a $1,500+ helmet, around $1,500. So it's the top of the line that AGV makes, and it's the helmet that I wear all the time. Best helmet by far. So follow them. Follow me on Instagram as well. I'll put the details on the screen, as I said, for you guys, and I'll talk a bit more about it as soon as we're done with this and we're riding out of here. Alright. We'll probably need to warm her up. So, shout out again to Daisuke Racing. Make sure you get entered to win the AGV Pista Double R. That'll be, I mean, come on guys, who doesn't want the best helmet ever? The helmet that I'm wearing right now and I always wear in my videos. So make sure you get entered, and also check out these beautiful parts. This looks amazing, totally worth it. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, the clip-ons were a pain. These Ducatis are so specific, and because I have like a lot of like aftermarket parts, the reservoirs and all that stuff, the fitment, look how tight everything is. Everything is so tight. Like this piece right here is a millimeter away from touching. I don't know if you guys can see when I turn it all the way. So we had to find the perfect angle for all the stuff to not hit. Like look, this is a millimeter up here too without hitting. So finding that perfect angle while having it comfortable was the biggest issue. Also, these are a bit longer than the OEM, which is kind of weird. I thought it wouldn't be, but like this piece right here is extra, where it says like the brand, the Bonamici Racing. It's kind of extra, so you can kind of see how it's like a bit longer. It definitely looks wider now, especially on the left side for whatever reason. It's already dark. I thought this is gonna be an easy install, but you never know with these bikes. We did fix one thing. I feel like before, like I couldn't lock this bike for whatever reason, and it was actually the steering stabilizer. That's why it's a little crooked now. We had to slightly adjust it. But let's see how these clip-ons feel now, because it's definitely a lot different. Like it definitely feels a lot wider now than how it used to be before. We can always mess around with it more and like cut it and stuff like that. And also I might be doing like the GP buttons on the right side at least. I was like, why does it look so weird? It's just super foggy. And it got really cold too. It was like hot on the way here, and now it's all cold because it's all dark. You guys know I'm on the mission to making this bike a $100,000 bike, and now we're almost there pretty much. I'm waiting on front rotors as well from Daisuke Racing for this bike, as well as at some point I'm gonna get not clip-ons, we already put the clip-ons on. I'm gonna get forks for it. After messing with the clip-ons, I'm like, man, do I really want to take off these clip-ons and have all this readjusted? So much like micro adjustments and figuring out the correct angle of like multiple different parts so like it works right. Kind of the same. My clutch is a bit lower, but it doesn't feel weird. You know, whenever you do like this much custom stuff, there's always going to be adjustments and custom work that you're gonna have to do to your bikes to make it work 100%. But yeah, thanks to Mikey the Tech, he's a magician when it comes to this stuff. I would have been struggling doing stuff like this by myself. It definitely feels a little different turning now, because the bars are a different angle, so they slant a bit lower, which I think gave us the most issues with installing them in the Fitment, because they don't go, like the clip-on doesn't go straight out, it kind of goes a little bit more down. So the clearances were all like messed up, and that's why we had to adjust and mess with a lot of stuff to make it fit where at least it doesn't hit anything. Like right now when I turn all the way to the right, so bring the right all the way down, my finger actually doesn't have clearance. My finger will like hit the fairing, but most of the time I grab the grips kind of like from the end like this. I hope you guys can see. So it's not going to be too big of an issue, hopefully. But yeah, so far it doesn't feel bad at all. Definitely the right side feels great, but the left side for whatever reason feels wider or like just longer. You know, I feel like I should put my arm here, but then the angle's a little different. So I don't know. I definitely just, you know, I'm so used to the OEM setup, stuff like this, like even the smallest adjustments, it changes a lot. Pop. Which is why I'm like, you know, first ride with the new setup, it definitely looks a little different. I wish it was light up, but it took us a lot longer than expected to install these parts. So you guys can see it better, but that's why I started filming over there. I think this bike is a little over, probably around like the $95,000 build with all these parts that I got on it, since the bike already was like 45 and then at least another 50 in parts. So next up, front brake rotors, and then forks, and then possibly calipers as well. Not 100% sure about it, but possibly we're doing calipers, and then it should be done. With the forks and the front rotors, that should be good enough, but I might want to do like the nickel plated calipers. I'm not sure about it yet, but we'll see. 2 days in a row. Yesterday on the M1000 I was freezing riding at night, and now same thing, riding in a shirt at night. It gets so much colder. It's like that time of the year where during the day it's like very hot and at night it's very cold. I think next week and all, that's it, no more warm weather. It's gonna be cold the whole time, which I do not like the cold. I love the heat. So maybe we'll be riding the Ducati more since this bike runs hot, so that might be nice. We'll see. next step, I'm not sure which bike needs part. You guys have been saying that the Fireblade needs some carbon fiber, so I might be getting some carbon parts on the Fireblade. I am getting a few more parts for the H2R, and we might be putting the H2R on the dyno and doing stuff like that, so definitely more work on the H2R, a little bit more on the Ducati, and the Fireblade, maybe some carbon, and I don't know, let me down in the comments below which bike you guys would like to see more mods on. But yeah, I'm leaning forward for I'm leaning to do some work on the Fireblade, just because that bike is underrated and you guys really like it and I really like it too. So I'm like, it deserves some carbon, you know? It has the least carbon of all of my bikes right now. Even with the cold streets, this bike feels really good in like turns and cornering and all. Oh, Ducatis, I wish it was, oh, that's a GTR. Okay, we gotta catch up to the GTR. What happened to the Challenger over there? That's funny because I'm wearing a GTR shirt. There's an outline of a GTR on the front of my shirt. But yeah, I was saying, Ducati's ride so nice, man. I love the way they ride. It's definitely like one of my favorite riding bikes. I mean, my favorite overall riding wise. But even like stability, like feel, everything, and fun. It's just, they're so awesome. I just wish they weren't as temperamental when you modify them, and that they were kind of a bit easier to work on and less expensive. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Huge thank you and shout out again to Daisuke Racing for giving me a lot of information about, you know, parts and stuff like that, because a lot of the specialty parts, like, you know, rotors or like clip-on stuff like that, I don't have the most knowledge about it. Usually I go based on like brand name and I do some research, but I don't, like, you know, they're way more experienced, so I really appreciate their help with the information they're sharing with me, and of course supplying the parts as well. So make sure you get entered for the giveaway of the Pista GP RR that I'm doing with them. I don't see why you guys wouldn't capitalize on such an opportunity. So get entered to win that helmet. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, right safe.